Hey guys, what's going on everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome to another exclusive LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 video. And today, or this time I should say, we are going to be taking a look at the two main boss fights from levels 1 and levels 2 of the game. So I did go on ahead and edit through the fights quite a bit just because, well, they take quite a bit of time, and I had basically about a 9-minute time limit that I am allowed to show you guys of footage from levels 1 and levels 2. So obviously the levels are quite extensive, especially level 2. I was actually kind of shocked by how long that level was. Like, there's quite a bit to it. So be on the lookout for the full gameplay walkthrough and everything on the release date of the game, which is of course the 14th of November. But for now, we're just going to take a look at the two boss fights, and I will commentate through this and let you guys know what I thought, what was the experience like, and whether or not the boss fights were enjoyable, and so on and so forth. I will say that I really like the structure of the game in terms of what I've experienced so far. It's really cool to have such different varied boss fights in both level 1 and 2. They're quite distinctly different, and the characters are quite unique, like different characters being thrown in from different parts of the LEGO Marvel Superheroes universe. So with that in mind, of course, the first battle is going to be against the Celestial Esson. And there's been already footage of this out there. Like, they've uploaded, I believe, maybe it was even like July or something like that. Like, quite a long time ago, they've made it available to, I think maybe it was Game Informer or something like that, where they had footage available to people to check out of level 1, which takes place on Xandar, as you can see. So obviously it's pretty much the Guardians of the Galaxy side of things, allowing you to dive back into the world with the Guardians. So keep that in mind, that there's been already footage out there of this level, which is why I also did kind of heavily edit around this particular boss fight, because I thought it'd be more important to show some more of level 2, since there's not been footage of that. So it's a bit more unique and exclusive for you guys to go on ahead and check out. I also want to go on ahead and let you guys know, if you're interested, please check out the other two videos that I made today, one of which was showing the hub world and the map in a more extensive manner. So check that out. It's really quite fun to have a look at that. And then in addition to that, also, of course, there is another gameplay video that showcases the customizer for the game, which is just brilliant. It is really quite a bit of fun. So with all that in mind, though, of course, you can see the boss fight here. Time is a huge factor in this game because of Kang, of course, but it is really cool how the manipulation of time is a really crucial component in this entire game, and it works quite well. Like, both in levels 1 and 2, you have cool little elements that contribute to the time shifting, more so in level 1 than level 2, and then I can't speak to anything past that because I'm under embargo. So if I could, I would tell you about, like, hey, level 3 is this or level 4 is that, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to say anything beyond that. So basically, you set up one of these old school ships and you convert it into a cannon so that you can go on ahead and start battling the Celestial here. He is absolutely ridiculously massive, and it's kind of crazy to think that in the very first level you get to battle right away such a huge boss fight, because, you know, usually games build up to that. Like, even if we look at like Marvel Superheroes 1, we built up to Galactus. You know, you fight Galactus at the end, but he is massive, probably about the same size and maybe even a bit smaller than the Celestial here, and that's your final boss. Here in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, you're battling this guy in the very first level. So it's crazy that right off the bat, Kang is just like, oh yeah, how about this? Kablam! And he just throws you into the fire, battling one of the most menacing forces in the entire Marvel universe. So it definitely is setting up the stakes to be quite major, and also builds up a lot of anticipation of what's next. Where did they go from here? So, of course, as you can see, once you've fired away at the weak point on the arm of the Celestial, you'll be able to go on ahead and identify another weakness spot.
Leave it to me. Nothing shall stand in my way.
Which is actually over on his shoulder pad, so you use the jump boost on his arm to get up there, which is pretty awesome. I love whenever we have big boss fights, they make them scalable and you can actually, like, you know, climb onto the boss fight and then, like, poke away certain parts of the boss, and then that's how you defeat them. It's not just brute force, so I think that that's definitely quite clever, and it is no different here. So once you've done that, you will need to utilize Drax, at least on your initial run, for this, because he's got obviously super strength to smash through cracked Lego walls. And then the Celestial's like, oh my gosh, you've given me a headache. This is awful. Yeah, he definitely is not a fan of that. And then, proceeding from there, you're looking for a weak spot. And guess where it is? It's the big, giant, glowy green ball in his chest. It's pretty obvious. It's like, gee, I wonder what I need to hit. I love that the camera zooms in. You need to look for the weak spot. Camera zooms in, zooms in, zooms in, zooms in. Like, oh, I wonder, could it be that I need to hit his chest? Gee, I wonder. So once you've done that, you expose the, I guess, central core of the Celestial, and then you will also create a new little pad here, which many of you might not know what that is, but that is a gravity bomb area, I guess.
Yeah, I noticed that already. Now I'm talking about the gravity booster in his chest.
That's
Think
right.
you could use that?
You mean attach a gravity mine to something as powerful as a Celestial? There's no telling what might happen.
Good point.
And then
We should definitely use
kablamo.
it.
So you throw away the gravity mine, and that essentially disturbs gravity and attracts everything to it. So you've got all this crazy, crazy junk getting attracted into his core, and basically destroying him from the inside. So yeah, that was a pretty effective strategy from our good, friendly neighborhood guardians. Oh wait, no, that's Spider-Man, isn't it? Kablam! Down goes the Celestial. And you can see the Guardians are all celebrating because, well, it's well-deserved. It's definitely quite the challenge here. And they are still on their guard because the Celestial, although defeated, he is not beaten. And he just phases out of there.
We are victorious. Again.
And from there, we transition into the boss fight, the final boss fight in level 2, which is Dr. Octopus. And it's actually kind of cool that it's the Dr. Octopus in his mech suit, because we fought Dr. Octopus before in LEGO games, but it's really cool that this time they actually took the real-life set that exists. Like, this is a real set that you can actually find and purchase for yourself. I think it's the Dr. Ock attack or Doc Ock attack, something like that. And it's a really cool build in real life. And you basically battle him in his mech suit. Level 2 is also very unique because it contains a multitude of boss fights. Like, as you go through this level, it's very much kind of the Spider-Man boss fight level because you're battling many different Spider-Man villains in this one level, which is super duper cool. And I don't really want to say any more than that in order not to spoil it for you guys. So with that in mind, though, I would love to hear from you lovely folks whether or not you enjoyed the preview exclusive footage that I've posted, whether it be this video with the boss fights or whether it be the other 2 videos that you might be seeing or maybe will check out on the channel. If you haven't, please check them out. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, guys. I will, of course, hopefully catch each and every single one of you lovely, lovely folks here next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators.
Half-wits. You have no idea of the machinations in play. He's coming, and you will all...
Hey, Ark! No one likes a sore loser.